What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Mighty CEO, and welcome back to my channel, Hustle Gang. Y'all know the fuck going on. Mr. Make It a Hustle. Mr. Put That Shit On. Mr. Put Your Nigga On. So if you haven't watched part 1 of this video, I suggest you go back and catch up. This is now part 2 of Friend Group Fallout. And we finna get right back into it. End of the day, we had a conversation. We came to a resolution of what I thought was a resolution. And at the end of the conversation, after I reassured him, like, hey, you know, friend, I'm not your enemy, bro. Like, I don't want to have no issue with you. I don't want to even go through this with you. So for me, this is dead. This is not that serious. We could put an end to this right now. If you want to pull up on me, you see where I'm at. Like, let's just end this because this is just so not that deep. And it's so petty. And even with me saying that, he really didn't say much of anything versus just like, you know, in agreement to what I was saying and basically saying that I'm not going to go and bring this conversation to nobody else, whether it's Buster or Noah. This conversation stays between me and you. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. That's cool. I'm with that. I'm not going to go back to nobody and say shit about it either. This between me and you, it's between me and you. So what I was able to gather from the conversation is that you basically don't like the fact that, you know, other friends is having conversations about me and you or you in a situation or whatever the case may be. I feel like when you in a friend group and everybody knows the same thing that's going on with your friends, it's okay to talk about it. Like, y'all talking amongst each other, you're not talking amongst strangers. When you're in a friend group, it's supposed to be of unity. It's supposed to be of fellowship. It's supposed to be of brotherhood. It's supposed to be a safe place for everybody to feel comfortable to talk about anything regarding within a friend group. I feel like if it's a situation with a friend where we all know what's going on, I don't think it's an issue that I come to another friend and say, hey, you know, what do you think about this? Or have I said this wrong? Or should I have said this another way? Or should I have told the friend? Like, it's never out of ill will. But see, the problem is people tell different things to different people to make themselves feel better about whatever the situation is because they know that certain people within a friend group may or may not react a certain way than the other person do. There was still no accountability taken from the other shoe. So it was just like, I just felt like in the moment, let me just say my piece. Let me say and do the right thing on my end and take up for what I feel like I should and still say what I have to say and get my point across just so that my conscience is clear and I don't feel like I left something unsaid or I feel like I didn't say what I should have been said or should have said to the person that needs to say it to. A couple days later, Noah pulls back up on me. Same shit, how we normally do. We smoke, get high, talk shit, do what we do. He comes over, he's like asking me like, you know, what is the status between you and best friend post y'all conversation? Like, what's the situation right now? I'm like, shit, for the most part, we good. Like, I said what I said. I let him know what it is and what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? We came to a mutual understanding that we were going to keep the conversation between the two of us, and it was no issue after that. We were supposed to be good. So Noah's like, you know, that's interesting because I just left from pulling up on Buster, and Buster is saying to me that he had a conversation with best friend. So Buster get to asking best friend, like, you know, what's going on with you and Maya? Apparently, he tells Buster, yeah, you know, we talk, but I don't fuck with him still. This is what Noah was telling me. So as he's telling me this, I'm like, oh, okay, so now we being messy. And I'm just like, ain't no way this nigga just went right back to do exactly what he said he wasn't going to do. So you contradicted yourself and said that you wasn't going to bring the conversation to nobody else. And that's exactly what you did, not knowing or maybe not thinking that it was going to still get back to me. And my whole thing about it is, if you felt like that, you could have told me to my face on the phone when we had a conversation. You didn't have to go back to tell the next friend in the group that, yeah, you know, we talk, but I still don't fuck with him. To me, that's just phony and fake because at the end of the day, I came to you like a grown-ass man. I spoke my piece. I told you and reassured you what it was and what it wasn't. So there was no reason why it should have been a conversation. Post that conversation between me and you, after you said that you didn't want nobody else to have nothing to do with this conversation, you still went back and told the next person who even you clocked to tell me that was messy in the first place. I start paying attention more and I start seeing different things in Buster. And the more I start paying attention, the more I did start to see a lot of little messy things that Buster would do. He's the kind of person where he would carry the bone back and forth, but then will hide himself like he don't know where the bone at. First of all, you fucked up by not answering my phone call when I called you, never reached out to me while I was back home, never had a conversation with me, never addressed me, even after the fact. I just feel like, Buster, you should have minded your business. You had no reason to come in between what me and best friend had going on. If you're not going to reach out to me directly, it's no reason why you having a conversation about me to another friend about what me and that friend got going on. Mind your business. Don't dig up the dirt if you can't clean your hands, bitch. What pissed me off is that I just had a conversation with you. I basically had a heart-to-heart with you. I poured into you like I normally always do. And I reassured you, like, you know, this is what it is and this is what it ain't. And you know what it comes down to, what I feel like is people can't take when you keep it a buck with them at all times. I always say the real. I always say what needs to be said, not what you want me to say, because I'll be a fake ass friend. I'm a real friend. I'm gonna call you out on your shit, and I expect you to call me out on my shit. In this particular situation, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. This all stems from you not pulling up on me when you was in Atlanta. And it was so simple as, if you felt like, even on the phone, he was saying that he felt like I was being dry, he wasn't getting my normal self. I don't know what you like want me to say. Like, you text me asking me what I was doing, and I told you. And if you felt like I was being... And it's like, even with the dry comment and statement, if you felt like I was being dry, why not call me? You call me about every and anything else. You text me about somebody in the bar who you shouldn't even be worried about because you with your man, but you didn't feel like you should call me because you feel like I was being dry in the text message. Did you not actually want to link up that bad? Because if you wanted to see me that bad like you normally do, it wouldn't have been no issue with that. Like, all of these different things that was like construing in your mind that you took no time to like really see and get to the bottom of things. You just went with your assumptions and then stopped fucking with me. When I got back home, then it was just all of this weird energy and all of this like different conversations about, I feel this way, I feel that way. But then you ain't say this, but you ain't say that verbatim. But it's like, what did you say? Even if you didn't say something verbatim, you still felt like that. And that's equivalent to you saying it because you felt like that. After I heard that, we had already spoke. We had already had a conversation on the phone. After I heard that shit, I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to wash my hands with this situation. It is what it is. Like, I don't have nothing else to say. I said what I said. Noah also had told me that it was talks about wanting to fight. And I guess Buster and Noah wanted, Buster and best friend was talking about like wanting to fight at some point. And I was just like, what the fuck? Hey, yo, the day that a person feel like they're gonna fight me over some bullshit and we supposed to be friends, tread lightly, because the Lord don't play about me. So now that I'm hearing all of this weird shit, like niggas talking about wanting to fight you, niggas talking about all this extra bullshit, I hadn't heard from Buster since I texted Buster when I first touched down in Rochester and he never responded. And in those days and weeks to come, all I hear is you having my name in your mouth and bringing stuff back to friends and stop. You're not speaking to me, so don't speak about me. What really made me just like cut and snip it on him was the fact that every time I link up with Noah, he'll tell me like, you know, him and Buster, they'll chill and have their time. And then Buster will ask him like, should I reach out to Maya? Should I just clock T and just see what's going on? I don't have a problem. I don't have this issue. But then you say that, but then you also say that you don't know what's going to happen when you see me, if they're going to fight me or whatever. First of all, like, it shouldn't even be any talks about fighting on nothing or with anybody. So that to me was just weird. And I'm just keep hearing all of this shit. I'm not speaking to this bitch. So I'm just like, you know what? At this point, bitch, I'm about to unfriend you. I'm about to block you or whatever the fuck I did. I think I just unfriended him. I didn't block him. I don't block people first. If they block you first, that means you won. I'm not that pressed. But I will unfriend you because you're watching my story every day. You talking and mentioning my name in your mouth every day, but you're not having a conversation with me. You're weird. So, like, you don't fuck with me. So, bitch, I'm about to unfriend you. So, respectfully, I unfriended him. And I hear that, like, the next day he found out that I had unfriended him. And he was, like, on it, like, checking my page, like, I just got unfriended. I don't know why. And then basically Noah was telling him, like, I don't know what you, like, expected. Like, what did you expect? You're not speaking to him. You're speaking about him, but you're not speaking to him. And you're making these comments and having conversations with the person that he's at odds with at the moment, but you're not speaking to him. So you choosing sides. Noah's basically telling him, like, you know, I feel like you should just mind your business, like, stay out between what they got going on, because it's given that you're choosing sides. If you're not talking to Maya, but you're talking to best friend about what Maya and best friend got going on, but don't talk to Maya, and he's reached out to you, that looks weird on your part, and it looks like you're choosing sides. So you should just mind your business and just stay out the way. He's telling Noah, like, you know, I don't have no issue with him. I don't know what the issue is. But then you go on your story and you start popping your shit about being the queen and being so young and the niggas being older than you and should be doing what you doing. Pop your shit, twin. But nobody's stupid. The times that I had went live during this time, I'm just going live and speaking about topics that relate to different things. I'm having a conversation with my peoples on live about accountability and who can't take what, you know what I'm saying? And we just clocking the tea. It's never me talking about nobody directly, but I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to say what I feel. I'm going to say what I know and touch on things that I've experienced. You know, I would just start seeing like little things he would say on Instagram and go on live and just saying like little just sneak this and shit like, oh, I'm the queen. I don't know why bitches be coming for the queen, but act like they your friends. But one day I had posted like the definition of demure, and I literally took the definition from ChatGPT and just put it in onto my story. Because at that time, the word was like very popular. It had just started trending and shit like that. So motherfuckers just saying the word just to say the word, but wasn't using it properly. So I just went ahead and just posted the definition on my story. And I was like, you know, read before y'all post. He's just talking shit like, I'm tired of people thinking that they so intelligent. Since we want to be the dictionary, look up the definition of emotion and ask yourself if you have that. Mind you, I ain't even look on the story and see that part. I was sitting in a room with a couple other friends and they like, yo, did you see Buster's story? Like, what he talking about? So when I go see it, I'm like, I'm reading the post and I'm like, this bitch talking towards me because I just posted the definition of demure. I'm not worried about you. I'm not looking at your story. I'm not trying to clock tea. I'm not trying to come at you. Motherfuckers be having that guilty ass conscience and knowing that they doing weird shit behind the back end and they want to go and try to play the victim and then try to act like they want to post and pop their shit. You have no reason to pop your shit, sweetheart. I have done nothing wrong to you. All you have been doing is showing me how much of a messy ass bitch that you are, and that's the reason why I unfriended you. Simple as that. So with that whole situation, I have not spoke to not one of them since then. Buster, once I unfriended him, it was just kind of like, you know, I came up here with the intention to see where we stand as a like one-on-one friendship. But, you know, God does what he does for a reason. I don't have no regrets on how I handle anything in any of these situations because I've always been pure and I've always been 10 toes and 100 from the jump about every and any fucking thing. I came back home with the intentions to see like what we had going on one-on-one, if there's going to be a friendship like, you know, that we can develop between one-on-one because we're only really friends within the group. Like, we don't have our own one-on-one connection. And it'll be times where me and Buster would sit on the phone, I'll talk to him and give him a little advice and, you know, goals and trying to accomplish this, that, and the third, talking about him coming to the South, popping his shit. Like, I'll always give a bitch they tens. And from day one, even when the friend group was, like, at our peak and we were all good, I always gave a bitch they tens. So when you talk about motherfuckers not having no emotion, but you were the same person that you looked up to me, basically, like, growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you somebody who see me coming up in my shit and see me hopped off the porch. You was in my comments loving me and supporting me and this and the third. But now, like, motherfucker get a little big-headed, get a little clout under their name and get a little bit of a head of themselves and think that they, well, I don't know, better than somebody. But it's like, no, bitch, calm the fuck down. And one thing about me, if I'm your friend, I'm going to always give you your tens. So when it came to Buster, you know, he's younger than us. I will always tell him, like, you know, you really that bitch. Like, you do hair, you doing your shit. You know what I'm saying? You a stylist, like you one of the hottest right now. You young with it too. Like, pop your shit, baby. Like you that. From what I believe, you didn't really have no real friends before this friend group. So, you know, when we first all got together on a trip, you were very shy, very like quiet, calm in the background, kind of like, you know, trying to find yourself. And me and the others who were already established people and established individuals within ourselves, we giving you a voice, or we at least trying to, you know, help you build a voice. Like, pop your shit, bitch, post your pictures, take your pictures, put that shit on, put this with this, you know, like, speak up, like, be that bitch, you really that bitch, like, pop your shit. See, the thing about it is, this is why I don't like making new friends, because people take advantage of the fact that you can really hype them up and you can really be the person that they want around them, but can't take it because they're either low-key jealous of you or some type of envy there. I don't know what it be, but when it comes to stuff like that, I'm just not finna fuck with that. Like, you're not finna sit there and act like that you're not talking your shit, but they want to sit there and say you don't have an issue with me, but then you haven't spoke to me. That's just weird as fuck. I don't deal with shit like that. It's like, you know what? Bitch, you can go. At the end of the day, you're not doing shit for me. I tried. I reached out to you. You haven't reached back out to me at all. So I just felt like, well, bitch, you don't fuck with me, so I'm going to just unfriend you. My whole takeaway from this whole situation is just that, you know, what I've come to realize about people is that when you're too much of a real individual and like you can always see through the bullshit with people who are not on that same caliber, in a sense, they don't know how to take that. Because I'm somebody who you can't really fake it with me. You can't bullshit with me. I'm going to see right through you. And I'm going to always be the person to tell you and call you out on your shit and tell you about yourself. Somebody who's not like that, that can't grasp the fact that you can read them, they can't play with you. They get to a point where they like, fuck this bitch. Who the fuck this bitch think he is? I'm not fucking with this bitch. I fell off with so many friends in the last couple of years that I've learned to understand that it's not really me I know that I'm always a genuine person. I come to every situation as me, as genuine and as real and raw and uncut. You can never say I've been a fake friend. You will never be able to sit there and say out your mouth that Maya was ever a fake ass friend. Maya ain't never kept it real with me. Maya turned on me. Maya switched on me. Maya betrayed me. Like, you would never be able to say that shit about me because I am as true as to self as I've always ever fucking been. When a person doesn't fuck with me, that means they did something to me, and whatever they have going on within themselves, they can't take accountability or take action to change what it is about themselves that's affecting them in other relationships. So for me, I just fall back. Like, I got my own shit to worry about. I got my own shit going on. I don't got time for no flip-flop shit. I don't got time for no fake ass shit. And if you ain't fucking with me, then bitch, get the fuck on. So, you know, when it comes to the friend group, I just felt like the demise started between the fact that best friend failed to complete with his plans, which was pull up on me, link up with me the whole time that you were here in Atlanta. You felt like I was being dry in a text message, but you never called me. You never tried to check my temperature to see what's going on or if I'm being dry. Hell, I didn't know you felt like that because you never called me. You never responded. As y'all seen in the text message, he only responded 5 hours later from my initial response to him saying FYD, and I said home chilling. So y'all let me know if that's being dry. At the end of the day, even if it was me being dry, which in my mind, I wasn't being dry. I just simply said home chilling. Like, he'll text me and say hi, and I'll say hi, bitch. Like, what's the big motherfucking issue? So even if you feel like I was being dry by saying, you're saying that you felt like I was being dry by responding with home chilling, to where you felt like you had to go ask your boyfriend and tell your boyfriend, like, you know, Maya, he being a little dry. I don't know what's going on. But you didn't call me to see what's going on. Then you make this whole thing up about feeling a way about a status I made on Facebook saying that I feel like being a friend is a thankless job. Then you sat there and told me on the phone, well, I know you could have said this about this person and it could have been about this situation with that person or that situation with this person, but you still failed to take accountability and say, you know what, that's my bad. It never gave, that's my bad, you know what I'm saying, friend? I take that, you know, that was my fault, I was tripping. It was no accountability taken. So like I said, it was me just carrying the conversation. And I told him this on the phone. I'm like, well, if you feel like I'm being dry, you text me FYD 1, 2, 3. Is that not you being dry? Like, even in the first video, I said it. I said, when he texts me FYD, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he don't even text like that. So if you felt like that was dry, I could have said FYD was dry, which I thought that in my head, but I didn't say it because it wasn't that deep to me. That's how I know you just made this whole fake situation in your head up about being upset about whatever you were saying you was upset about, and it wasn't really that. To come down to it, you do feel like I judged you in your relationship, because even if you said you didn't say that verbatim to Buster, you still said something that alluded to that to him, that made him go back to tell Noah this, who came and let me know that this is what's going on. And I know it sounds like a bunch of telephone shit, but when you break it down, me and best friend have not spoke in weeks. Best friend and Buster, they have this fake tension with each other where they don't fuck with each other like that for real. Buster would sit in the car with Noah and be chilling with Noah, will be on the phone with best friends and have him on mute saying little shit like, oh, he's so annoying. Like, oh my God, like, I don't understand why da-da-da. Hold on, but wait, hold on, y'all. Wait, this is the motherfucking tea. It came out later on that best friend had Buster on the conversation on the phone. Like, all these different things, for me, I just washed my hands with it. I just said, you know what? Fuck them all. Like, no shade. Like, fuck all of this shit. Like, I don't got time for this shit. I'm up here in Rochester trying to get my shit together. And that's also part of why I, you know, came back home, because I felt like me being in Rochester was just like so crazy for the last 3 months. I felt like I had a little bit of a plan, you know, to kind of rock with, just also me trying to pour into other people more than what I should. That's really it, y'all. Like, that's where it ended at. The friendship, as far as with me and Noah, we are still locked in and really good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it comes to best friend, you know, whenever we see each other again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what. I'm not on no shit. It's no beef with me. But, like, you basically just showed me how fake you are by still managing to go back and renege on what you said you wasn't going to do, just to kind of, like, sneak out the friendship. You could have told me I don't fuck with you. Even though we talk man to man, but I feel like I just still don't want to fuck with you, and it's just what it is. You could have said that on the phone, my nigga, and I could have left it at that. It could have been a mutual understanding. I'm a grown-ass man, so if you don't want to fuck with me, respectfully, I'm going to give you your space. What I don't respect is you going behind my back and basically saying that's how you feel to everybody else after I came to you like a grown-ass man, had a whole grown-ass man conversation with you. That, to me, is phony as a bitch, and I can't fuck with that. All right, y'all, so that's a wrap on this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Fake friends and people who dodge accountability aren't worth the energy for real. I will be back with part 3 of friend group fallout. You know, sometimes the hardest part about losing a friendship is just simply letting it go. That's the hardest thing for me because I'm a really genuine person. When you are my friend, I fuck with you the long way. I ride for you. Sometimes even right or wrong, at the end of the day, I got your back. I've just come to learn that you can't pour into people more than you pour into yourself. And when you stop pouring into yourself and giving more to people that's not taking advantage of reciprocating the energy to you, you have to take a step back and be like, wait, hold on. Let me take my power back and let me remember who the fuck I am. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Make sure that y'all go and like, comment, and subscribe to the Hustle Gang family. Go ahead and drop a comment below if you had to ever cut off a fake friend or any type of friendship. Drop me a comment. Leave me a little feedback. Till next time, y'all, make sure that y'all protect y'all peace. Keep your circle tight, and just remember that you deserve to be around real individuals that hold you, that appreciate you, that fuck with you the long way. We out. Peace.